Good morning, everybody. J.R. Fisher here, broadcasting live from the Cleveland Clinic Hospital Complex. Guys, this place is huge. If you ever get a chance and you're in Cleveland, check out the Cleveland Clinic. It is amazing. My son's here, was operated on, oh gosh, when was it? It was Saturday here. He had also been operated on over a week ago, and well, some mistakes were made. So anyhow, he is recuperating. I want to tell you thank you for all your kind wishes and your prayers and everything. It was very touch and go with him. It didn't look good, and now it looks really good, which is great. I've been up to his room already today, just to fill you guys in. I got up at and we're going to get into the meat of this in just a second. Okay. So for those of you who don't care about any of this, I get it. But we're going to get into the meat of growing your online business. But couldn't sleep last night, so I got up at a little after 4. I was at the gym at about 4:45, got in a nice workout, and I got to his room at about 6 o'clock this morning. And he's doing pretty good. They're starting to maybe give him some food today. He hasn't eaten since Friday, and this is Tuesday. So it's a pretty long time to go, but he's had a lot of tubes and wires and IVs and all that stuff in him. But he is doing a lot better, and I do appreciate all the kind wishes from everybody that I've gotten here. I want you to feel free to comment. I have another little iPad right here so I can converse with you and talk back and forth, or I may just talk to you when you type something. If you're not watching this live, feel free to put something in the comment section. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. I usually have a bell. I don't have a bell to ring, so that's the best I can do. You get it, right? I'm ringing a bell here. Okay, so I'm ringing a bell. Do me a favor, do that. We're basically ringing the bell is turning on all your notifications so that when I do go live, I can actually notify you and you won't get left out. I don't want you to have to do that or waste your time looking for videos that I haven't done too. So I don't want you to have to do that. So all that out of the way, today I want to talk to you about actually setting up your online business. Yesterday we talked about getting the right attitude to run an online business, which is not easy to do. Okay, it's not easy to do. I've talked to a lot of people about attitude and being positive, and a lot of people struggled with that. So if that's an issue that you are having, I want you to go back and watch yesterday's video. I think there's some things in there that will help you. I know they helped me. Not everybody is born a positive person. I was not born a positive person. I can tell you that. I'm a very positive person now, but I was not born that way. So don't think that, it's just the way your brain works. You have to actually work on certain things. You got to get good at certain things. James Breen, what's going on, buddy? He says loud and clear in Surly, Savannah. Surly, Savannah. He's always funny. I like listening to him. Of course, we're interested in how things are going with your son. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And he's a very healthy guy. He, meal preps. He's a bodybuilder, physique wise. He's not trying to bulk up, become the biggest thing in the world. He does physique bodybuilding. So he's in really, really good shape. And I think that helped him a lot through the operation. We did talk to the doctor that messed up the first operation yesterday and the one that corrected it yesterday. And it was really good to talk to them and, get their insights on stuff. But he is heading in the right direction. So we're pretty excited about that. And I got to spend some time with him. I spent 12 hours just talking to my son sitting in his room yesterday. We've always been close, and it was nice to spend more time with him. I want to talk to you a little bit about, when we say online business, I want to kind of talk to you about the history of it first. It really goes back as much as 40 years ago when the World Wide Web was just about to get its worldwide use. Amazon is an original back to the days and front of the news nowadays, but back then it was brand new. It's an example of how we nowadays bear in mind that e-commerce experience, which is quite convenient and safe and user-friendly at this point. I think most people are pretty good with buying online now. Every now and then, we get some people who say, oh, I want to call in my order, but that's pretty rare. Most people are like, hey, if somebody steals my credit card, I know my credit card company is going to give me the money back and it's not a problem. So, it's important to look at the big dream, okay? The new technologies, the innovations, the thousands of businesses, and the millions-dollar ideas that all began with, online businesses. I know ours did. We sold millions of dollars of products. and it was me just starting something online. I didn't have any knowledge. I didn't know how to send emails. I didn't know how to do anything. So don't think that you got to have all this knowledge. This is all stuff that can be gained, and pretty quick too. And it's much easier to start an online business now than it was years ago because of all this technology. And I want to talk to you a little bit about the different kinds of businesses. Most of you who listen to me are trying to start e-commerce business. You're trying to sell products, but understand that's not the only thing you can do online. And I've done a lot of different things online. E-commerce websites work. A site that sells products or services over the internet. Examples would be Apple or Adidas or, Home Depot. They all sell products online. You could do online shops. Or marketplaces like Google Shopping. You could do Amazon, you could do eBay. Those are some of the, say, global internet shops where you can buy pretty much anything you need and anything you want from nearly any brand that you can think of. I mean, it's there. And then there's blogs and vlogs. As a blogger, you can create your own content, really, which means that you decide to sell the type of product or service you want to a group of people, your customers. You're using your blogs or vlogs to sell stuff. I have this vlog here. This is a vlog really on YouTube. Now I have recorded videos I upload too, but I do a lot of these lives here, and I have links below where you can buy stuff, you can opt in, you can learn more information. And then of course, last but not least is social media accounts. One of the most popular and appealing ways to sell is to use social media accounts. Some of you guys already have a following, and you can do that. You can use your Instagram, you can use your YouTube or Facebook. All of those are used by nearly everybody. So, you can still sell to almost anybody. Since they provide a platform for people to use for free, which is pretty cool. YouTube's free in exchange for seeing ads. You can sell some of your products on other people's videos, or you can sell it within your own videos. You can do that too. Let's say if you're doing a YouTube. So why are you in the online market? Okay. Why do you want to do that? An entrepreneur starting a brand new e-commerce business this year could be super successful. They could do really well. A brand spreading its wings, from the very beginning. Independent stores start on here. The most common are nest on things like eBay and Amazon and stuff like that. I started on eBay, but you certainly don't have to start there. Business to consumer sites selling directly from, their sites to the end user of the product. No matter who you are, whether you're a newbie or you're a seasoned online entrepreneur, knowing yourself is the first step towards building your online legacy and brand. So what I want to do today is talk about some of the steps. There's actually going to be 10 steps I'm going to go through. This is Tuesday. So we got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm flying, so I can't go live, unfortunately, but I will be back Saturday to wrap this up. So the first thing I want to talk about is owning the great idea. Owning the great idea. Okay. Now, the great idea is not what you think. It's not coming up with a product that nobody's ever heard of, that nobody's ever done. It's really owning the idea of starting an online business. So what is your business going to be about? What are you going to do? What are you going to sell? Don't get caught up in saying, well, I've got to find the perfect thing, because if that doesn't work, then I've got to start something else. You can always switch. You can always change. And I changed a lot in the beginning. I originally started selling cell phone cases, and then I started selling some camping equipment. Then I started selling somebody else's survival food. And my business grew out of that. And to this day, we do sell survival food, and I have my own brand. But in addition to that, I have courses online. I've done consulting. We had services. I mean, we've done all kinds of different things. So I want you to think about, who is your customer? And you can jot some of this down as I'm talking today. I've got some notes in front of me so I can read them, so it's a little bit easier for me. But who's your customer? Who is your target audience? If you can't decide who your target audience is, you're not going to be able to target them. Okay, so you got to really think about that. You got to think about who you're going after. Don't go broad, go niche. Do not go broad. Please don't do that. That's not what you want to do. What are some of the key products you want to sell? What are the key services you want to sell? What is it you want to market? And then once you do all that, I want you to go out and look for your competitors. Who's your competitors? Of course, it's not really as easy as just doing those steps. You're going to have to put a little bit more work into it, but you can figure out all kinds of right answers to fulfill the question. However, it is important to remember your core values and the only one purpose that is driving your whole business. It all lies with that word, the why. Okay, the why. Why are you doing this? So before all of the what's and who's and all that good stuff, let's first think about the why. Be it as easy as much as possible. Online businesses should start simple, practical, and really just out of the box. Okay. What kind of solution will your business offer for people? And that's how I want you to think about an online business. You are actually providing a solution. You are solving a problem. Startup ideas are not really rare to find. You can look up many places and see them all around you in startups. But the point is, what is your why? Approach it like this. Try to sit back for a minute and look about all the problems that you are having in life in the past and present. How could you solve some of those problems? How could you solve some other people's problems? Or even the future? It doesn't matter. Small concerns, big dilemmas, it doesn't matter. You can turn your normal daily life upside down. Do you have any solution to any of those problems? It does not have to be the ultimate way out of a problem deal, right? You can make the process of dealing with some of these problems easier or less consuming for people. You are winning already if you can do that. Now, I was on the Virginia Beach Rescue Squad for years. I was an EMT on an ambulance. This was not my paid job. This was my volunteer job. But one thing I noticed when I was going out after hurricanes and some of these disasters is nobody was prepared. They didn't have all the supplies they need. Now, I didn't want to sell everything you need to survive a hurricane. I wanted to focus on the one thing that I thought was most important, and that was food. So I started a survival food company. Now that's a multi-million-dollar company. It's called Survivalcave Food. And let me put this in here. I'll put in here Survivalcave Food. And I want you guys to look that up and you'll find it. James is saying, wouldn't beginning as an affiliate be best for newbies? There is no really best. Starting as an affiliate, yeah, it's a good thing. But starting as an affiliate has its challenges like everything else. The one thing that's challenging for a newbie is learning how to get traffic. And that's all affiliate marketing is you have to get traffic to somebody's offer. I think that can be challenging, but I think it can be easy for some people. It's really what your skills are. I know in the beginning, if I would have tried to do affiliate marketing, I wouldn't have done that well because I didn't know anything about marketing online. I didn't know how to market. That was my big problem. So I had to come up with some kind of product, which I fortunately did. I kind of fell into a product. But affiliate marketing is great. If you know how to drive traffic, let's say you have a following already on social media, then you could bring up some products and you could show it to your social media following. And yeah, you could do that. I had no following, right? I had nobody who was looking at anything I did. So affiliate marketing would have been tough for me. And I didn't even know about affiliate marketing, to be honest with you. I didn't understand it. I didn't know what it was. So the next thing I want you to think about is number 2 is I want you to think about finding the needs and choosing your market. Find the needs and choose the market. The first winning move, look for the needs and fill them. Begin from the right market. Okay. So my needs and what I looked at in the beginning were the fact that most people weren't prepared. So I went for preparedness. Now to this day, it says Survivalcave Food, helping families prepare. That's our tagline. Okay. And that's what I always went with. I've been with that for 11 years now. So once you come up with a good idea, I guess the pre-step now, you're going to take the first winning move. Yes, in details, finding the needs and choosing the market. Remember, you already have a winning idea. Once you've come up with whatever idea, mine was survival food, but the how, you look for a solution for a number of people to a certain problem that they may have in life. You just started right. And that's the best way to start. Many startups, bear in mind the desire to look for unique and desirable product foremost, and then a market which comes second after the magnificent product that you've come up with. Mine was survival food. However, start with a market. There's always, and that's what I did. My market was people who weren't prepared for disasters. Okay. There's always a group of people searching for a solution or a problem, but not finding many results. And when I started out, there were hardly any survival food companies. There's a bunch of them that came when the wave hit, and then a bunch of them went away, and we're still around and we're still doing well. Too many services and products are called themselves innovative and trend leading, but they're really not. We're so lost in the world of, for a better cause of humanity and branding identities and all that, that simply when it comes to finding a solution for a small problem in our daily life, thinking about having one direction and a functional solution seems too far away. Mine was survival food, a simple thing, just a super simple thing. Okay. So here's what you may want to do is just ask people about their problems. What are they? Solutions. The internet is an open world. You can visit online forums and see what people are talking about, see what they're having problems about. Ask these people questions. Another way around it is to search for what people are looking for. I just got a text from my wife there. I'll let it set since I'm going live right now. But not many sites are offering. That's another thing. What are they searching for? But a whole lot of sites don't offer those things. Also, you can do a bit further on this step by checking up on some of the sites that are already offering some kind of services or products to your would-be customers. You are taking note of work of your potential competitors and doing what you need to do to fill their needs. Take advantage and learn from it, because somebody already went before you. They already did some of this stuff. You can kind of see what they're doing and you can see what results they're getting. Now, the next thing, step 3, the niche, the product that sells, product viability. Okay. The leading move, the product that fights for itself. My product fights for itself. Okay. It sells really well. We do some canned meats that are the best meat you'll ever eat in your life. It's time to move forward for the star of the show. Okay. At this point, your key product services, you have to determine your niche in this. Do not worry. Okay. You have already done the parts of the niche process in the previous steps I just talked about, which is making sure that the product you are about to sell is the right product with the potential for serious profitability. Okay. You got to be profitable too. Let's face it. In another way, the step requires you to take a further step in resolving the problem given in the need and the idea that you came up with. Okay, what exactly will you do to solve your people's problems or concern? What are you going to do? How will that be done in a retail setting? Okay, how are you going to do that? So I want you to think about some of these questions. What is or are your product services? Okay, your products and services. What are they? What are you offering people? How will your products or services work themselves out to really solve problems? Okay, because you got to get that straight in your brain first. What is the connection between your products and services and its potential users? What is that connection? Is the product or service itself strong enough to fight for itself in the market? Mine is. I put our canned meats out there and they're more expensive than canned meat you buy in the grocery store by far, but they're so much better and they last so much longer and they taste so much better and they don't have chemicals in them. And it has its own market. If somebody's looking to just have anything, just eat anything just so I don't starve to death, my product's not for them. My product is for the people who want good food to eat. They want food that they want to eat, not that they have to eat. And we've always marketed it that way. It's food that you want to eat, not food that you have to eat. Because I've had people say, well, if I'm hungry enough, I'll eat anything. I'm like, yeah, but wouldn't you rather eat good food as opposed to crappy food? Isn't that the truth? The truth is, it is always about a matter of demand and supply. Where there is a need, there is a way, which is, of course, your product or service that you're going to be selling. Now, I know some of you have already sold some stuff online, and I would love to see some of the things you've sold. Put that in the chat box there. Put it in the comment section. Let me know what it is that you've sold or what it is that you're thinking about selling. I want to know those things. I want to see what you're doing. Now, I want to get into one more step today, and that's market research. Market research is huge, guys. And market research is huge because the more market research you do, the better positioned you are to actually make some money. If you don't do market research, you're going to be better positioned to make mistakes. Okay, that's what's going to happen. Understand, whatever product service you've come up with at this point, I think somebody's probably already did it, but that's a great thing. It's not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. It's a great thing because they've already gone through some of the obstacles that you've got to go through. And if they've already gone through them, they've already figured out some stuff. If they've already figured out some stuff, you can borrow that knowledge from them. I want you to take a step back to win further steps ahead. Okay. Validating your product, evaluating trend products. You've got to do that, guys. You got to look at who's out there and what they've done, and how they've succeeded and how they've failed and how they've built their audience. All that is so very important. You've got the idea and you figured out the potential market, and you have even come up with a detailed solution. Great. Okay. But market research, guys, market research. Now is the time to take a step back and link all the parts together. So we're talking about your idea. We're talking about your market. We're talking about your product, your services, how it all relates thoroughly. Okay. So in short, you have to conduct market research. A market research consists of many parts. Okay. It is important that your key product or service hits the market perfectly. Okay. If you can hit the market perfectly, you're going to make a lot of money. You don't have to fight about price. You don't have to fight about selling people and your ideas. In order to ensure that you have to take time to validate and review your product and service. Consider and evaluate some product trend ideas. Do some keyword research. A lot of these tools are free. I mean, one of the easiest keyword research tools is Google. You start to type something in and it starts to suggest things that people are already searching for. You want to estimate your potential customers' reaction to your product or service. There are so many things you can do to have a deeper understanding of the current market that you are about to be part of. Okay. Don't skip over this step. I think this is one of the biggest steps people skip on, is they think, oh my gosh, I don't have to worry about it. I found this product, I'm just going to sell it. No, figure out what everybody else is doing first. A secret revealed is that you can easily try these two validation techniques I'm going to talk about. Build a simple landing page. Okay, you can do this in Kartra. I'll have a link to Kartra in the description when this video is actually published. You'll see the link there. And tell people about your product or service and see if they're interested and willing to pay for it. Have them opt in, okay, for a sample or a discount or something like that. When you do that, you're going to see what the demand is for your product. Let's say you want to do a coffee shop test. All you need to do is head out to some local coffee shop, prepare some simple slideshows or concept photos, and then put a sign outside the shop that in exchange for a drink, you will need a few minutes of somebody's time. You can gather as much information as you want from the people there. What do they like? What do they not like about your product or service? Are they interested? Are they willing to pay for it? And tons of other useful information, guys. If you follow through with this market research, which, to me is very interesting. Some people think it's not interesting and they don't enjoy it. Okay. I like it. But the one thing is for sure, you've got to do it. Okay. Whether you like it or not, you've got to do this. It's so very important. I did tons of market research. I looked at all my competitors out there. I wanted to see what they were doing. And now I have a lot of people look at me and copy my stuff. Matter of fact, recently, in the past year and a half, we've had companies that are selling our product who are not retailers for our product, who are just ripping people off. They're in China or they're in the Cayman Islands or whatever, and they'll take one of our products and they'll offer it for like a quarter of the price that we do, and they rip people off. They just take their money and never send them anything. Because I know this because I have so many people contact us and say, hey, we bought this stuff from you on Facebook, which we don't advertise our stuff on Facebook, not our survival food, and we've never gotten the order. Well, they never got the order because they didn't buy it from us. They got ripped off. So you got it. That's another thing I would tell you guys. If you're buying online and you see a product and it's way cheaper than it should be, way cheaper, there's probably a problem. And that's what a lot of these people did with our product and our name, because we have a big name now, is they were just, hijacking the name, going, well, they sell it for $300, we'll sell it for $100. And then they never supply anything at all. And it's a shame, because I've seen a lot of people ripped off in the past year and a half, 2 years, something like that, on our product. We didn't sell it to them. And we have to break the news to them that they probably got ripped off. They need to contact their credit card company. Happens all the time. I think it happened 3 times last week alone. So that's just craziness, but it goes on. So yeah, that's what I've got for you today. I'm a little short today. I'm 6 minutes short. If you've got any questions or comments, you feel free to put them in that chat section there. You want to stick with me. This is Tuesday. We got Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. We've got a lot to cover on online businesses. So you want to stick with me on all these live sessions. Each one of these live sessions, I'm going to cover a different series of steps that you're going to help you along the way. Today, of course, I'm going to go back to my son's hospital room. We're going to try to get him nursed back to health. Hopefully they can have him eating real food today. And if all that goes through him, then hopefully he can get out of here. Maybe tomorrow. That would be great. He's been in here since Friday, which is a pretty long time to be in a hospital. It's not fun here. And the Cleveland Clinic is such a huge place, guys. People come from around the world. The Saudi crown princes fly in here for their heart operations because they have some of the best medical care in the world. I think it's the number 3 hospital in the world, number 1 for heart surgery. So yeah, it's a big place. So I guess he's in good hands. All the staff has been really good with him. They've helped him out a lot, and he's coming along. So I want to go spend the day with him. I don't want to stay here all day, though I love you guys very much. I got to go spend some time with him and get him healed up. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down there. If it's red, you need to click it, turn it gray. Don't forget to ring the bell. Look, here's the bell. Here's the bell right here. I don't have a bell. I need a bell. But you want to ring the bell, turn on all notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live. Like I said, I've had an early day today. I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to probably be pretty tired by the end of the day. I can assure myself of that. But it's well worth it. I get to see my son. I get to be here. I get to watch him heal up. And hopefully if he gets out in time, maybe we can go out to dinner or something. That would be really cool. But either way, if I have to spend all the hours in the hospital room, then that's what I'll do. I'll spend all the hours in the hospital room. That's still spending some good time with him. So guys, I appreciate you being here today. Thank you so much for showing up. Don't forget, I have some links below once this video is published. It's on my channel. Then you can get to some of those links. I have some free courses in there. There's a $97 course you can get absolutely free. So you want to click on that too. No credit card required. It's absolutely free. Guys, thank you so much for listening today. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're happy and healthy. Be happy. If you're not happy, be happy. Just choose to do that. Choose to be a positive person. Go back and watch my video from yesterday. If you're not positive, watch that video from yesterday. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. I appreciate it. I'm going to head down to the hospital room now. You guys have an awesome day.